What an amazing structure this is. It's a Magnolia seed pod. Each of the red seeds is attached by a little string, and that means that when the pod dries out and opens, the seeds don't fall to the ground. They have this sort of safety harness which keeps them up in the pod. Here animals find them, eat them and disperse them. The red colour is just the colour of the outer layer, the fleshy coat which surrounds the seed. This coating contains germination inhibitors which prevent the seed germinating in the seed pod. When animals eat the seeds, as long as they don't chew them, the seed will come out of the other end of the bird or the squirrel minus the red coating. That's good for the seed because it can then germinate wherever the creature has deposited it. But it's also good for whatever ate it because that fleshy coat is oozing with energy-rich oils. When you come to remove it with your fingers, you realise just how oily it is. I wanted to try and get some seedlings from this magnolia, so I'm simulating nature by removing the red coating, or at least I'm doing that for half of the seeds. It's actually quite fiddly, especially once your fingers are covered with oil. So in the interests of science and my sanity, I'm going to try half the seeds with the coat removed and half with the coat left on. I find it so exciting to grow trees from seed because you never know exactly what you're going to get, especially where hybridization is involved, and that's another reason to sow a decent number of seeds. For almost all the seed I collect, I get them in the autumn and then sow as soon as possible in pots outside. That way the winter frosts satisfy the requirement for a cold period before germination. Some seeds need 2 winters. Patience is required. As an example, these are seeds of the handkerchief tree, Davidia involucrata. They will need 2 winters, so I'm not expecting anything to come up until spring 2027. But time always passes faster than you want, right? And because I sowed some in 2023, I was really pleased this last year, 2025, to find one had germinated. There's not much point me showing you now because it's just a stick with no leaves, but in the spring I'll post a video on some of the seedlings here. They always look at their best with their new foliage. So I will post some updates on this in the spring. Hopefully we'll see some developments, at least for the magnolias, and then the challenge will be to stop creatures eating them. Slugs and snails, but also mice, so I try and keep the pots off the ground for the first few months. Oh, and once they become bigger, the deer will want to eat them, so then the pots have to go into a cage until the trees are big enough for planting out. And on the subject of cold weather, here it is, just what the seeds need. It got down to -6, such a different landscape when it's like this. This is the pond at the bottom. I've been trying to open this up in the last year or so, still a way to go. And then this is the much smaller pond in the path near the house. Despite their appearance, they're both full of life, and that's probably going to be the next video to follow soon. Until then, thanks very much for watching. I hope this one was interesting, and catch you soon.